Yes, good evening to you from Essex, where we've come to high-grade computers in Barking this evening to find a little bit about the impact a 48-hour working week might have on this company. In a moment, we'll be talking to the Joint Managing Director of High Grade, plus a couple of workers here. But first, let's get a bit on the background. At issue is how the government interprets a European directive aimed at limiting long hours at work. Strictly speaking, the directive's aim is to introduce a maximum working week of 48 hours to all member states in the European Union. But hints that the government may adopt a more flexible approach have today worried some employment experts. But the government insists that its proposals will bring what it terms a significant improvement for workers. Ministers say that where this government is opting into the European directive, the previous Conservative government opted out. Well, that's a bit of the background. Joining me now is Ori Yasumis, who's the Joint Managing Director of High Grade Computers here in Essex. Ori, what would more flexibility with regard to the working week mean for you?
Well, it would allow us to cope with the extra load of work that we might have at a short period during the year. If it's limited to 48 hours a week, then we're going to have a problem because, you know, in some months we might have 50% more business than other months.
How would you address the concerns of the employment lawyer we heard about, who is worried that if there's more flexibility, employers like yourself will basically ride roughshod over your employees?
Well, provided we don't force the employees to work more than 48 hours, then I think it's fair for both parties. The other thing, if it's not restricted to 1 week and is restricted, let's say, to an average of 48 hours a week over a period of 1 month, then that will give us more flexibility as well, because some companies only have the one-off situations.
Well, also with us are two of the workers on the shop floor here at High Grade Computers. One of them is Paul Pimm. Paul, you're a production supervisor here. What would a bit more flexibility with the working week mean to you?
Well, I think it would actually help the workers also, because occasionally workers need a little bit of overtime. I mean, it covers over some of the cracks in their own wages at the end of the week, gives them a little more time, and also gets more production through. Just when, I mean, as was said, when we are in trouble over the amount of work going through.
So it's definitely something you would welcome?
Oh yes, I mean, we certainly need certain restrictions, but I think there needs to be flexibility involved, certainly.
Betty Longdon's also here. She's an assembly worker here at High Grade. Betty, would you welcome more flexibility? You want to do more overtime?
Yeah, I do want to do overtime. Well, I get enough money. By doing overtime, I'm able to do more computers, and doing more computers, I'm able to get extra money for myself.
And how important is it in some weeks to do more than 48 hours a week? I mean, is it something that's important to you?
Well, very important. I get a lot of money by doing extra computers, so get to pay my bills and to pay my transportation and everything.
Betty, Paul, Ori, thanks very much indeed. So there you have it from the workers' point of view. Here at least, it seems that most people would welcome a little bit more flexibility. Of course, we'll know exactly what the government announces next week. And with that, it's back to you in the studio, Sarah.